The world is loud. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone wants your attention. And most people stay broke, distracted, and frustrated because they listen. Success is quiet. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't explain. It doesn't argue. This audiobook will teach you one skill that changes everything. How to focus on yourself until you win. Not for a week. Not when you feel motivated. But every day, until results speak for you. If you're tired of watching others succeed while you stay stuck, this is where that ends. Stop watching others. Stop right now. Prior to another step into the future, you need to comprehend this single notion. Every minute that you spend looking at them is a minute that has been stolen from you. Not metaphorically, literally. You are living your life with incremental, invisible withdrawals. Scrolling, comparing, observing, judging, and calling it research. Calling it inspiration. Labeling it as staying informed. It's none of that. It's distraction. And distraction is the reason you haven't moved. You'll never lose because of your inability. You lose because you're distracted. That's the trick. You wake up. As soon as your feet touch the ground, your thoughts have already wandered elsewhere. Other person's success. Someone else's body. Other people's money. Someone else's progress. You tell yourself you're just checking. Just looking. Simply passing the time. But listen closely. Every minute you spend watching them is 1 minute taken away from you. This minute could have been an act. It could have been planning. It may have been practice. It could have been silence. Instead, it became comparison. And comparison is not harmless. Comparison is poison. What does constant comparison actually do? It breaks your concentration. It affects your confidence. This is just creating a sense of urgency without any. You feel as if you are behind, but you don't know where to run. You feel pressure, but you don't know what to do. You feel agitated, and you remain motionless. That's not motivation. That's mental noise. You have a choice. You can build, or you can watch. You are able to move, or you can monitor. You cannot do both. Consider how much wasted energy goes into observing other people living. Their routine, their tools, their timeline, their milestones. You analyze their highlight reel in comparison to what you have yet to finish. Of course you feel inadequate. You're comparing their results to your process. Their chapter 20 to your chapter 1. That's not fair. It's not logical. That doesn't help. But you do it every day. Because watching counts as doing something productive without requiring any courage. Action requires work. Watching requires nothing. That's the trap. Each minute you spend with them is a minute you steal from yourself. Recovered through your skill-building efforts. Taken from your field. Taken from your momentum. Momentum isn't caused by information. It comes from execution. You don't need to know more. You still need to do more. But doing exposes you to failure. Watching secures your safety. You have a choice. Let's be clear. Talent is not the issue. It's a matter of luck. It's not about resources. It has nothing to do with comparison. It is about discipline. The discipline of looking away. The discipline to refrain from consuming. The self-control to say, not now. They don't give you permission to concentrate. You don't need their validation to begin. You don't have to see what everyone else is doing. You have to go to work. Quietly. Relent. Our mosquitoes are generally smaller. Who the dangerous people are? The ones who actually make a difference. The ones who truly win. They're not watching. They are building. They don't know what everyone else is doing, Brandon relates. They don't care. They're too busy implementing their agenda themselves. While you're scrolling, they're training. While you're comparing, they're refining. And in the meantime, they are doing all the monotonous work. That is the line that divides. You think watching keeps you informed. 10 what? It keeps you reactive. Your ambitions adapt based upon what you see. Your movements are determined by trends. You doubt yourself on the basis of someone else's speed. This is where people lose their identity. That is how people remain average. You were not made to pursue everyone else's shadow. You have been made for building your own structure. Brick by brick. Day by day. But you can't build while staring sideways. Every minute you spend watching them is a minute that's been stolen from you. Tell it again. Let it sink in. Every minute you spend watching them is 1 minute taken away from you. That minute will never come back. No refunds are given for attention. Time doesn't care how inspired you were while you were wasting it. Here's the hard truth. Many people do not fail because they quit. They fail because they never actually begin. They remain in preparation mode, observation mode, consumption mode, Python_. They know everybody else's schedule. Be that as it may, they know the strategies of everybody else, but haven't committed to one. They know everyone else's results, but haven't put in the reps. You have a choice. What do? This is where discipline replaces motivation. First, cut inputs. Do not follow individuals who lead to comparisons rather than instructions. Cease to monitor progress unrelated to your own path. Refrain from spying on timelines that belong to others. If it doesn't immediately aid in what you're doing next, it doesn't have any place in your day. That's not extreme. That's targeted. Second, or execution windows. Blocks of time during which you are not consuming. You produce. You train. You work. No checking. Not watching. Not reacting. Just output. This is how the momentum grows. Third, one thing only to measure. Your own consistency. Not speed. Not results. Not applause. Consistency. Were you here today? Was the homework completed? Did you keep your word with yourself? Just that. You don't have to know how much ahead of you someone else is. You need to know what your next step is. And then take it. That's the key. Understand this. A person can only focus on one direction at a time. If a charge is pointing outward, then that charge can't possibly go forward. Don't try to drive your life with your eyes fixed on another person's lane. Meaning, eventually, you crash. Mentally first, then emotionally. First, psychologically. Burnout is not caused by working. It is derived from misallocated attention. Each minute you spend watching them, you are taking a minute from yourself. Not only time, confidence, clarity, energy. And the worst thing? You volunteered the information. There was nothing compelling you to look. No one asked you to compare. You picked it. That means you can unchoose it. You have a choice. This chapter is not about being isolated. It's about becoming intentional. There's a difference. You can learn without obsessing. To observe without spiraling. You can know without being overwhelmed. However, if you don't have the discipline yet, cut it all out. Silence is preferable to poison. Currently, the task before you is easy. Stop watching. Not forever. Not dramatically. Only long enough to build momentum. Momentum is everything. In your own personal experience, when you're moving, when you are working, noise disappears. When you are consistent, confidence comes back. Action eliminates doubt. Action, remember this. Nobody compared themselves with others to acquire a better life. They earned their wages there. Quietly uncomfort flaw, and while others later observed them, this group of researchers felt compelled to, they were invisible to begin with. That's where you are now. Invisible. That's a gift. Use it. Every minute you watch them is a minute stolen from you. Protect your minutes. These are your life. You've stopped watching others. You've regained your attention. You've chosen your lane. Now comes the next challenge. Because, see, once the noise is eliminated, something else comes in. Your thoughts. Your own doubts. Your own excuses. You understood where your eyes should go. Now it's time to learn how to control where your mind goes. Attention is your most valuable asset. Listen carefully. Everything in your life has meaning. What you focus on will grow. All things that are ignored will fade. We have no philosophy. This is physics. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Tell me again. Where your attention goes, your life follows. That is the key. You believe that money is your greatest resource. It's not. You believe that the greatest resource you have in your life is time. Because you close. But it isn't finished yet. Attention comes first. Because the way that you allocate your attention determines how you use your time. How you spend your time determines how much your money is worth. And it is how much money you make that determines what options are available to you. Everything is downstream of attention. Let go of control of your attention, and all else will follow. Your attention is being attacked right now. Not accidentally. Not casually. Intention. Every notification. Every headline. Every opinion. They are designed to pull you out. To fragment you. To scatter you. Just to keep you reacting rather than building. Because a distracted person can easily be controlled. You have a choice. Comprehend this. This means that your brain cannot distinguish between good focus and bad focus. If you obsess over drama, it will increase. If you obsess about fear, then fear will grow. If you obsess about what other people think, other people's opinions tend to grow in. Whatever you repeatedly give your brain, it will reinforce it. Where your attention goes, your life will follow. Indeed, if your attention is in chaos, your life will be in chaos. If your focus is in progress, then your life too shall progress. That's no motivation. That's mechanics. Look at most people. Their eyes are everywhere. There's social media, messages, notifications, arguments that don't matter. They wonder why they feel anxious, why they feel overwhelmed, why they feel stuck. It's not because life is hard. It's not about stress. It's about discipline. The discipline to select what is worthy of your attention. Attention has limits. You are not an endless reservoir of mental energy. The more you pay attention to noise, the less you pay attention to execution. Each scroll diminishes your concentration. Every argument diminishes clarity. The more opinions you are subjected to, the weaker your direction gets. And the worst part? Everything that you consume has no return on investment. No skill increased. No progress made. There were no lives that were. Just stimulation. You feel busy, but you're empty. Here's the unfortunate truth. If others can control your attention, they can control your behavior. That's why outrage sells. This explains the spread of fear. That's why drama is never-ending. It keeps you hooked. Reactive people do not construct empires. Targeted individuals do. So, you have a choice. Where your attention goes, your life follows. If you concentrate on problems, you will become a problem thinker. If you find yourself dwelling on excuses, then you will become an excuse maker. When you emphasize discipline, you are dangerous. This is not about positivity. It's about direction. Right now, think about the question honestly. What is happening in your world? Is it on your growth or on entertainment? Your list, is it on your goals or on other people's opinions? Is it by execution or by consumption? Your current results, Your current search results already answered this question. Results never lie. Now, let's see some specifics. First, identify your attention leaks. Attention leaks are habits that zap attention without adding anything of value. Mindless scrolling, verifications of notifications, viewing material that doesn't educate or stimulate your thinking, engaging in arguments that change nothing. Koemfakakama. 5 minutes. 10 minutes later. Hours gone. And momentum destroyed. That is the key. Second, to determine what is worth giving your attention to. This needs standards. You don't have access to everything inside my mind, just so. Your own goals deserve consideration. Your health deserves attention. Your skill development also requires emphasis. Your work is worthy of recognition. Random opinions do not. You don't need the permission of people you choose to ignore to go about You don't owe the world your awareness. Third, set attention rules. The rules eliminate decision fatigue. For example, no use of phones in the first hour of the day. There shall be no use of social media platforms before work is performed. Nothing but news that bears directly upon what you do. Englander, Michael. Not responding to messages that aren't urgent. Networking. These rules are not restrictive. They're freeing. They provide your eyes with a backbone. Here's something that people never think about. Concentration is a muscle. Weaker attention may arise from overstimulation. Good attention comes out of control. The more new information your brain is constantly exposed to, the less tolerant of detail it will become. Then you can't concentrate. You can't sit still. You can't execute. This isn't a weakness of mine. It's not about focus, it's about discipline. The discipline of saying no. Where your attention goes, your life follows. If you are consumed with immediate gratification, your existence will be shallow. If you concentrate on your long-term progress, your life compounds. Compound attention creates compound results. A daily focus trumps an occasional burst of intensity. Boys, consider this. You will not reach the heights of your dreams. You will sink to the level of your habits of attention. It is because of this that the process. Motivation is emotional. Attention is structural. You don't have to feel inspired to control your attention. You need rules. Most people wait until they feel focused. That's backwards. Structure is always secondary to focus. First, you block distractions. Then clarity appears. First, you filter out the noise. Then direction clarifies. You don't think your way into discipline. You act your way into it. That's the key. Now, specifically about social media. It's not evil, but it is intended to hijack attention. Endless feeds. Infinite scroll. Dopamine hits. It rewards reaction, not reflection. If you don't conquer it, it will conquer you. You can't just use addictive systems casually and then demand elite focus. You have a choice. This doesn't mean you disappear. It means you employ means. Eat with intention or refrain. Ask a question before giving your attention. Does this help me become who I'm trying to be? If the answer is no, cut it. No guilt. The control. You don't need their permission. Another tough truth follows. Attention is the phenotype, and value is not what you say you value. What you actually value. Confidence. Clarity, energy. And the worst thing? You volunteered the information. There was nothing compelling you to look. No one asked you to compare. You picked it. That means you can unchoose it. You have a choice. This chapter is not about being isolated. It's about becoming intentional. There's a difference. You can learn without obsessing. To observe without spiraling. You can know without being overwhelmed. However, if you don't have the discipline yet, cut it all out. Silence is preferable to poison. Currently, the task before you is easy. Stop watching. Not forever. Not dramatically. Only long enough to build momentum. Momentum is everything. In your own personal experience, when you're moving, when you are working, noise disappears. When you are consistent, confidence comes back. Action eliminates doubt. Action, remember this. Nobody compared themselves with others to acquire a better life. They earned their wages there. Quietly uncomfort flaw, and while others later observed them, this group of researchers felt compelled to, they were invisible to begin with. That's where you are now. Invisible. That's a gift. Use it. Every minute you watch them is a minute stolen from you. Protect your minutes. These are your life. You've stopped watching others. You've regained your attention. You've chosen your lane. Now comes the next challenge. Because, see, once the noise is eliminated, something else comes in. Your thoughts. Your own doubts. Your own excuses. You understood where your eyes should go. Now it's time to learn how to control where your mind goes. The silent cost of seeking validation. Honesty. How much of what you do is actually for you versus what you're doing for others? And how much is for approval? And it does so because this question is one that cuts deeper than most are willing to admit. Validation is a drug, and discipline is the cure. Repeat that. Validation is a drug, and discipline is the antidote. That's the key. You were trained from a young age in the habit of approval seeking. Good grades earn appreciation. Good behavior is rewarded. Agreement leads to acceptance. And slowly, without realizing it, you learned a dangerous lesson. I'll move when they approve. I'll talk when they agree. I'll act when I'm validated. That habit followed you into adulthood too. And it's taking from you everything. Always seeking approval makes you nothing but average. Not because you lack ability, because you put off acting. Wait for the encouragement. You wait for assurance. You wait for permission. And while you're waiting, opportunities, momentum expired. Confidence is undermined. You don't lose because you're wrong. While losing, because you hesitate, you lose. This is the silent cost. The truth is that nobody escapes punishment, regardless of how. Validation, it's good, but it's also what's. It trains your brain to externalize confidence. It teaches your actions to depend on reactions. It shows how your identity should be contested. And once you have a reason to seek approval to move, you stop living your life. You start asking for it. You have a choice. Validation is a drug, and discipline is the cure. Like all medication, validation also breeds addiction. The first hit seems innocuous. A compliment, an approving nod. And then comes another, and another. Soon, you don't do anything until you know it'll be accepted. This is how people can become lacking in originality. That's how people lose courage. And that's how people lose themselves. Look closely. Failure is not a feared consequence for most people. They fear disapproval. They are afraid of looking foolish. They fear being judged. They fear being misunderstood. So they play it safe. Safe ideas. Safe goals. Safety behavior. That is why most people's lives resemble one another almost identically. It's not about fear. It's not about confidence, it's about discipline. The ability to act on your convictions without expecting applause. Winners go before permission. They don't announce. They don't poll opinions. They don't wait for a consensus. They decide. Then follows the action. Next they adjust. Quietly. And then, when results become available, follows. Never before. That's the order. You don't need the approval of others to begin. You don't need their agreement to continue. You don't need their approval to finish. Physician assistant reference. You need standards. Internal standards. Those that remain the same, not depending on mood or opinion. That's the key. Ask yourself this question honestly. Ask yourself, how many ideas have you killed because you thought, it doesn't fit what's? What will they think? What are the number of actions you postponed because you needed some encouragement? What were the goals you had to water down in order to remain acceptable? It is the cost of validation. And it cumulatives. Here's the scary part. It can appear in various forms. Some of it's, tell yourself you're playing it safe. I am being respectful. You tell yourself you are being realistic. You're not. You are avoiding discomfort. You are stalling the moment when you're standing by yourself. And growth always requires that moment. The casuals. Validation is a drug, and discipline is the cure. Discipline will teach you how to move in spite of everything. To be done when no one is watching. To continue to strive even if the audience does not applaud. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This is where confidence is truly fostered. Not in approval. In proof. Let's get practical. First, stop announcing your plans. With announcing, you create pressure to perform for others rather than for yourself. It gives your goals a set of rules. It has predictions before any results. Work in silence. Let results introduce you. Second, train delayed validation. So when someone wants to undertake something difficult without anyone, perform a task but do not share it. Enhance a skill but do not share. This is what rewrites your brain. You learn that feeling good even without applause means realizing that everything you just think. Third, validation replaced by metrics. Did they like it? Instead of, did I finish the task? Rather than asking, was it impressive? Instead of asking, was it consistent? Rather than asking, did I receive approval? Did I keep my word to myself? Rather, that is the shift. Voila, a truth that will liberate you. People are too busy with thoughts of themselves to be thinking of you. They are not observing them very closely. Listen, Mackenzie, I say, they move very quickly. You are carrying imaginary judges in your head. Fire them. You have a choice. Approval does not equate with success. It achieves approval. Because by the time it comes, you'll no longer need it. Because it creates something even stronger. Self-TR. When you trust yourself, the opinions of others do not count. Validation is a drug, and discipline is the cure. And as with any addiction, for the cure, it feels weird. Silence is oppressive. A lack of feedback is unsettling. I do not believe in. That's normal. Keep it going. Here's what happens when you stop seeking validation. The speed of your decision-making increases. Your deeds become bolder. Your attention becomes more focused. You stop acting. You start building. But the construction of a house changes everything. See this. All great architects are initially misconstrued. All the leaders seemed odd at first. All the winners walked alone before they were followed. If you wait to be understood, you'll never lead. You'll only follow. This chapter isn't telling you to disregard feedback. It is telling you that you have to earn it. Feedback after action. Criticism is important after results. Before that, it's just noise. Thus, the procedure is quite simple. At first, validate later. Execute before explanation. Before permission. Progress before. That's the key. Validation is a drug and discipline is the cure. Select discipline. Select the quiet work. Select the lonely reps. Select the unobserved effort. Because that's where strength is forged. You've ceased to watch others. You have reclaimed your attention. You have transcended the need for approval. You are no longer dependent. But there is one more enemy left. The one that attacks when you're alone. When it's quiet. When no one is watching. your excuses. You've removed external control. Much also depends upon their internal response. It is now a matter. Discipline always wins out over MOT. Let's get this straight. Motivation is a feeling. Unless, of course, you're at. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Emotion will always lose to structure. Every time. You don't have to feel like doing it. You have to do it. Tell it again. You don't have to feel like you do. That sentence is just. You have to do it. That's the trick. But most people are waiting. Waiting to feel ready. Waiting to feel confident. Waiting for a spark of inspiration. They tell themselves, once I get that feeling of being motivated, I'll. That moment rarely comes. Perhaps not. And even if it does, it never lasts. Motivation is untrustworthy. It comes in late. It leaves early. Discipline does not inquire about your feelings. It tells you what to do. This is why motivation is failing you. Motivation requires an individual's mood. Mood is influenced by sleep, stress, nutrition, environment, and validation. This translates to your progress being dictated by factors you don't control. That's weakness. Discipline eliminates the process of negotiation. Discipline says, it's happening, regardless. You have a choice. Examine successful individuals. They don't wake up feeling energized every day. They do not feel confident all the time. They lack enthusiasm for their work. This will not stop them from. That's the difference. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. That's the line that everyone has flatly rejected. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline requires the following. What is to be done? Motivation seeks comfort. Progress is necessary for discipline. Comfort is feeling good. Progress will pay off later. You choose which future you want. Every single day. You don't have to feel like it. You just have to do it. It's a catch-all excuse, really. And that phrase, tired? Do it anyway. Uninspired? Do it anyway. Tentative about committing? Commit anyway. Action comes first. Emotion follows. Never the other way round. Let's break the illusion. You believe motivated people are consistent. They're not. Disciplined people are. Consistency is not based on feeling good. It is based on non-negotiable rules, schedules, standards. When an issue or task is considered non-negotiable, it will. No contest. That's the key. Most people live in a continuous negotiation with themselves. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next week. I just need to feel ready. That is why nothing holds. Discipline closes this topic. There is no argument. No mood check is performed. There is only action. Here is the psychological truth. Your brain is wired to avoid discomfort. Effort feels like danger. Change is like threat. So your brain makes excuses. Logical ones. Persuading ones. I'm too tired. I am not in the right mind. Today is just not the day. These reasons stick in your head as real. They aren't. They are resistance. You do not have to feel it. You have to do it. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline is an alternative to freedom. But each time you make a move in spite of obstacles, your excuse-making muscles get weakened. Each time you give in, you strengthen it. You're training something. Either way, you have a choice. Now, let's talk about readiness. Ambitious people are never ready. They feel unprepared. They are uncertain. They feel imperfect. They still mobilize. Readiness is not a requirement for action. When an organization comes, action generates readiness. Confidence is something that has to be cultivated by repetition and practice. That's the key. Alright, now let's get practical. First, don't wait for motivation. If you wait, you will lose. Action must never be motivated by motivation. Systems should establish fixed times, fixed rules, minimum fixed. For instance, I train at 6 a.m. no matter what. I write 500 words, no matter what. I work for 90 minutes, no matter what. No emotion is involved. That's discipline. Second, lower the activation energy. Discipline does not mean doing everything right. It means starting even if things are rough. Tell yourself, just 5 minutes. Only one set, please. Only the first step. Momentum grows slowly. Once you start, resistance diminishes. The hardest part of anything is getting started. Third, decouple emotion from identity. You are not your feelings. Feeling tired doesn't imply that you are weak. Feeling unmotivated has absolutely nothing to do with laziness. Having doubts doesn't mean that you should quit. Feelings are weather. You are the climate. Discipline is doing things regardless of the weather. You don't have to feel like doing it. You have to do it. Burn this into your mind. Here's something that nobody realizes. Motivation trails actions. Motivation occurs. Action creates evidence. Evidence breeds confidence. Confidence leads to motivation. That's the order. If you turn it backwards, you're stuck. That's why waiting to feel motivated is a trap. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. When you know you'll act regardless of your mood, you stop overthinking. You stop bargaining. You stop spiraling. You simply do. This mental clarity is tremendous. Let's talk about consistency. You don't need heroic efforts. You require dull reliability. Small actions, done daily, without drama. That's how lives are built. Brigham looked, and not through bursts of inspiration, through quieter, repeatable routines. It's not about willpower, it's about discipline. Willpower is finite. Discipline is designed. Willpower can. Discipline requires structure. If you have to use willpower, you'll quit. If you work with systems, you'll survive. Ask yourself this. It seems that many things in everyday life depend upon feeling like it. What's your training, your work? Your growth? That's where you're leaking power. Turn emotions into rules. Rules are not interested in how you feel. This is a hard truth. No one is going to motivate you for the rest of your life. The movie does not have a no speech. No perfect morning. There's just the work and the motivation to do it, or not. You have a choice. The key message of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey is that anyone can choose before you identify with them. You move first. Identity follows. That is how transformation occurs. You don't have to feel like doing it. You have to do it. Each disciplined behavior is a vote for your future self. Miss a few votes and nothing happens. Throw enough votes and anything will qualify. Well, then, here is your for the next 7 days. Take the emotion out of one habit. Decide in advance, create a rule. Follow it, no matter how you feel. Motivation check. None. No excuses. None. Thank you, simply action. This is where discipline is instilled. Grandfather, remember this. Motivation is something that feels good. You are stronger because of discipline. Motivation dwindles, it accumulates. And compound discipline leads people to a life that they rarely achieve. You've lost the habit of watching others, you've reclaimed your attention. You've shattered the requirement of validation. You've learned to act without motivation. Now you're dangerous. But there is one additional factor which discipline entails. The capacity for silence. To go somewhere that has not been announced, to work without noise. You've perfected action. Now let's talk about silence. Build in silence. Look around. Everyone is talking. Everyone is posting. Everyone's announcing. Few are actually building. That's the difference. To make an impact in life, silent effort, not words, is what? That's the key. You have a choice. You can perform for the world, or you can prepare in private. Most people choose noise because noise feels productive. It isn't. Noise is the disguise of progress. Silence is awkward. There's an absence of noise. Silence is like nothing is happening. But that is where all action takes place. Move quietly. Let results make the noise. From the start, you have been instructed to show your work. Raise your hand. Share your thoughts. Post your progress. Announce your goals. You were rewarded for visibility and not results. So you learned to equate attention with progress. That habit followed you into adulthood too. But now it's slowing you down. Because building takes concentration. But focus and noise cannot coexist. Every time you say what you are about to do, something subtle happens. Your brain gets a dose of validation. A sense of completion before the work is done. That's dangerous. Because the mind can't distinguish between recognition of intention and recognition of performance. You feel accomplished before you have accomplished a thing. That's how momentum is lost. You don't need their permission to work in silence. When they are talking, they need not approve of your personal improvement. You don't need their attention to grow stronger. You have a choice. Move quietly. Let results make the noise. See how real power is created. 6. Not in comment sections. Not through constant updates. Power is made by repetition. Unseen reps. Unrecognized discipline. Consistency that goes. This is what most people try to avoid. Because it doesn't provide any immediate reward. No likes. No praise. No reassurance. Just effort. That's why it works. Progress will accelerate if it is not under observation. There is no pressure to impress. The temptation of exaggerating. No need to waste time in explanation. All attention is devoted to implementation. This is the benefit of silence. It keeps your momentum. When no one knows what you're doing, then no one can interfere. No opinions to manage. No doubts to absorb. Expectations, none. Only you and the work. That's where discipline flourishes. However, most people do not fail due to a lack of ability. Because they leak energy, batteries fail. They talk too much. They share too early. They explain instead of executing. And explanation is expensive. Every word matters. Coaches often wish to know if all explanations take time. Silence eradicates all of the above. You stop justifying your way. You stop negotiating your vision. You cease to seek approval. You just work. That's the shift. Move quietly. Let results make the noise. Translation. Here's a hard truth. If it requires an explanation, it is not complete. And if it requires an finished work speaks for itself. Results don't argue. However, new research suggests results don't require approval. They stand. It has been the reason why winners tend to be tight-lipped in the early. They aren't hiding. They're building. They know what most people do not know. But too early, structure will weaken. Think about it. Another reason is that a building that is being constructed does not attract people in. After that, it closes until it's solid. Your goals deserve the same protection. Not all people require to benefit from your creation. Not all people deserve access to knowledge of your process. Silence is not secrecy. It's strategy. It's not about being mysterious. It's about being focused. You have a choice. Build for applause, or build to last. One surrenders to pressure. The remaining compounds over time. Move stealthily. Let results make the noise. Now, let's talk about ego. Because ego hates silence. Ego demands acknowledgement. Ego wants witnesses. Ego wants to be seen trying. Discipline does not care. Discipline demands results. Did they notice? Asks ego. Discipline, it inquires, have I performed? That's the difference. As you work in silence, your ego is starved. And that's awkward at first. You'll feel invisible. You'll feel like you are. You'll feel like you are not doing enough. That is a lie. You are doing the most critical work. You're building capacity, strength, consistency, items that don't show right away, things that don't trend. However, once they manifest, they dominate. Silence delays gratification, and delayed gratification is a weapon. It divides the builders from the performers. Most people would like progress to be evident. Few people want the advancement to be slow and invisible. That is why so few actually win. The more that no one is watching, the more quickly progress is compounded. Because there's no rush. You're not trying to impress. For example, you are trying to improve. And now, everything has just. You no longer cut corners. You stop chasing shortcuts. You cease comparing yourself with others. Standards are measured in relation to you. That's the key. Internal standards are always better than external approval. Now, get real. Rule 1. Cease and desist from broadcasting your. Not because goals are bad. Due to the fact that early access attenuates the goals have to be given time to put. More talk. Work more. Second rule. Establish your own systems. Routines that nobody observes. Habits no one praise. Processes that no one comments on. That's where the real change takes place. When the behavior is unattended. That's discipline. The third rule, let time speak. You don't need to prove progress every day. This will be ensured by consistency. Weeks stack. Months compound. Replicao dos. Quietly. Then suddenly. That's how it works. Walk quietly. Let results make the noise. Alright. Silence isn't passive. It's active restraint. It's the decision to not look for validation. It's choosing not to react. Not explaining is still a choice. This self-control creates control. Being in control of your attention. Control over your energy. Control over your direction. When you dominate those three, you accelerate your progress. The fact is that most individuals readily distribute them. They respond to comments. They adjust according to opinions. They explain instead of execute, he said. They live outside. You are learning to live within. That's strength. You have a choice. Chase recognition immediately, or earn respect later. One feels good immediately. The other remains. Builders select later, because they know the cost of noise. Noise allows comparison. Comparison creates doubts. Faith distinguishes between gods. Silence eliminates all three. And in this silence, clarity is honed. You see clearer. You make decisions more quickly. You always act unhesitantly. That's momentum. Momentum is not self-proclaimed. It builds. It accumulates. It breaks through. Next, questions arise such as, how did it all happen so quickly? It didn't. They simply weren't watching. That's the advantage. Progress happens at an exponential pace if nobody is watching. Here's another truth. It can signal a problem with your discipline if always motivating people. And that's okay. However, silence helps to strengthen it. Working in a feedback situation allows you to learn to depend on standards. This builds self-confidence when you train without reward. When you are not recognized, you learn resiliency. Those qualities do not come from motivation. They are caused by repetition. Repetition with, "That's the work." And it can get very lonely sometimes. That's normal. Loneliness doesn't necessarily mean being off track. It's a signal that you have departed from the group's course. The fans are shouting. The crowd is busy. The crowd is average. You don't want their results. Consequently, you don't imitate their behavior. You are quiet. The results should create the noise. This chapter isn't telling you to hide forever, says Piffer. It's teaching you timing. Noise following the results has power. Noise before results is weakness. Earn the right to be heard. Create first. Talk later. That's the order. If you can accomplish this, he said, one day your confidence ceases to rely on reactions. Your motivation ceases to depend upon feedback. Your identity ceases to depend on visibility. You can become self-directed. That's real freedom. You have a choice. Be loud and fragile, or be quiet and powerful. It doesn't broadcast itself. It comes. When that happens, silence becomes impact. Signs and symptoms. Keep this in mind. Move quietly. Results should make the noise. Make this topic stick. But silence isn't the end. It's the basis. You've learned how to build without notice. How to work without applause. How to grow without permission. Now it's time to protect what you're building. Because noise is not alone. The following chapter will address something much closer. Something internal. There is something subtle. You've mastered silent effort. And finally, let's face the voice that attempts to shatter it. Cut the noise ruthlessly. Pause for a moment. Observe how much of your energy goes into reaction. Messages, opinions, comments, mood swings, yours and everyone else's. Most people do not fail because they are not talented. They fail because they have divided attention. Through this, there isn't. You have a choice. You can respond to anything. Rather, you can choose to respond only to what really matters. And there's a difference. Reaction ist automatisch. Feedback is disciplined. Non-action is a display of power. Say it again. Non-action is an act of power. The modern world is designed to provoke you. Each and every notification requires attention. Each headline seeks your emotion. Every opinion demands your approval or outrage. When you react to it all, you become controllable. Because whoever controls your emotions will ultimately control your energy. And whoever controls your energy controls your results. You don't need their permission to ignore noise. You don't need the approval of others in order to maintain your focus. You do not have to describe why you failed to react. Silence is sufficient. Most individuals believe that reacting is synonymous with being engaged. It doesn't. It connotes being distracted. Each reaction draws you away from your priorities. Each surge of emotion depreciates clarity. Every unnecessary reply weakens momentum. This is why discipline begins with emotional regulation, not suppression. Rather, avoidance. Control. You have a choice. Respond with intention, or react by habit. One builds power. The second wastes it. Non-action is an act of power. Examine your day closely. How many things deserve your consideration, after all? Almost none. However, most people believe that all situations are urgent. There is a disagreement. Someone criticizes. Somebody posts nonsense, react. And slowly, without even realizing it, you surrender your concentration. That's costly. Focus has its limits. As you use it to generate noise, you have less to construct. This is why noise reduction is not an option but an absolute. It's survival. Here's the truth. Not everything warrants your reaction. The vast majority of things in this world are. Indifference isn't weakness. It's discipline. It means, this doesn't move me. And if something doesn't move you, then you cannot be controlled by it. That's power. Non-action is an act of power. You need to understand this on. Your brain is set up to react to stimuli. Emotion before logic. Reaction before reflection. Discipline breaks this cycle. It is a hold. And in that pause, you decide. That pause is where winners live. Losers live in the immediacy. Advertising is instantaneous. They speak impulsively. They make decisions emotionally. Winners don't hurry, Mike. They do not rush their reactions. They don't chase every thought. They don't respond to every provocation. They conserve energy. That's the trick. Conserved energy is diverted energy. You release resources when you quit reacting to noise. Mental space. Emotional stability. Strategic clarity. Those things compound. But only if you protect them. You have a choice. Let noise decide your mood. Or declare your own state. One is weakness. One is discipline. Non-action is a kind of power. Let's start with emotional control. Because controlling one's emotions doesn't mean one has no emotions. It's about being selective. You can't numb yourself. You govern yourself. The ball is in your court as far as deciding what requires. That in itself puts you ahead of the majority of people. Most people feel before they think. Then think. You are learning to think first. Next, determine if feeling is required. That's maturity. That's discipline. That is leadership. See the way people are easily provoked. A comment can spoil their day. A delay irks them. An argument sidetracks them. But because they have trained themselves to respond. Response has become identity. I'm just expressive. I'm just passionate. I'm just being real. But you're being undisciplined. This isn't about personality. It's about control. And control produces results. You don't need the permission of others to feel calm. You don't need their approval to remain centered. No person was ever. Reactions do not have anything to be proved. The best response is usually silence. Inaction is a kind of power. Now let's be honest. First, stop responding right away. Feeling that an immediate response is needed is. It isn't. It's impulsive. Leave space between the stimulus and response. Minutes. Hours. Sometimes days. It's what shields you. Problems reduce when you don't respond immediately. Most fights will go away if you stop giving them what they want. That's strategy. Second, identify your TR. Every person owns them. Criticism. Disrespect. Feeling ignored. Being challenged. Know yours. Because what triggers you controls you. Once you can see the pattern, you can interrupt it, he explains. Awareness precedes control. That's the key. Third, redirect energy, don't release it. When you feel a desire to react, then do something else. Right? Build it. Channel emotion into output. This translates volatility into progress. That's discipline in action. Non-action is a kind of power. Here's another truth. Most reactions do not solve problems. They simply show emotion. Otherwise, it would mean that all the energy spent would result in. You don't have to vent if you don't want to. You need to use them. Anger can improve concentration. Frustration may motivate effort. Performance can be enhanced by pressure. But only if you don't react blindly. You decide where it will go. That changes everything. You have a choice. React and be tired. These or controlled and effective. One keeps you busy. The other propels you forward. Now understand this. Silence is not pass. It's dominance. It's not letting oneself be swayed by distractions. It's saying, I decide what matters. But people confuse loud reactions with strength. They're wrong. Power is control. Anyone can explode. Very few people are able to remain calm. And composition wins. See the people who are building. They don't address all issues. They don't argue in public. They don't constantly defend themselves. They're busy building. The noise can't reach them because they have blocked the noise. It's deliberate, ruthless. That's required. You don't rise to your goals. You sink to. You fall to your habits. Habits such as reacting will see you living a life that is not really yours. If your habit is control, you'll live focused. Asterisk, that's the trade. Not reacting to others' behavior is also a form of power. This chapter isn't telling you to ignore reality. It's teaching you how to filter it. Feedback is important. Information matters. Signals are. Noise does not. Learn the difference. Is this person in a position of? Does it help me to progress? Does this merit my attention? Does that fit my own priorities? Drop it. No explanation required. There is no justification required. Discipline. Here's something liberating. Most of what agitates you these days will not even matter next week, or a month, or a year. However, the energy you expend reacting to it is never returned. You can never get it back. This is why mental discipline is a force multiplier. This is your greatest asset. Your attention. The greater the attention, the results are fueled by effort. There is fuel for confidence. Break this chain of reaction, and all grows weaker. Strengthen it with discipline, and everything else will become strong. That's the key. You have a choice. Noise, train your nervous system. Alternatively, you can also train it yourself. One generates chaos. The other produces cool power. Calm power abides. As you reduce noise, something happens. Your thoughts begin to slow down. Your choices become clearer. Your actions will no longer be spontaneous. You stop living in reaction mode. You start living in command mode. That is leadership, first of all, and when you lead yourself, the outside chaos doesn't matter. Non-reaction is a form of power. Lock this lesson in. The less noise you make inside yourself, the more power you will have outside. You've learned to build in silence. And now you know how to maintain that silence. I hope this, but there is a further layer. Even when the world is quiet, something always speaks. Your mind, your thoughts, your doubts, your internal monologue. You've reduced outside noise. Now it's time to tame the one inside. You've practiced self-restraint, then follows the acquisition of direction. Establish daily non-negotiables. Let's get one thing straight right off the bat. Winners don't count on willpower. They rely on systems. That's the difference. Willpower is emotional. Willpower is inconstant. Willpower disappears the very moment you're tired, stressed, or bored. Systems don't care about your feelings. They ran anyway. That's the key. You have a choice. You can wake up every day hoping that you're going to feel motivated. Or you can create rules that force progress whether motivation shows up or not. One leads to excuses. The other leads to results. Little things. Every day. No excuses. Most people misunderstand what discipline is. They think discipline means pushing hard once in a while. Extremity of effort. Big bursts. Sprints of short distances. That's not discipline. That's chaos with good intentions. Real discipline is boring, predictable, repeatable, and that's why it works. Because that is not how life is won in dramatic moments. It's won in daily behavior. Small actions. Every day. No excuses. Look honestly into your life. Things you are proud of, the skills you possess, the strength you've built, the progress you've made. None of it came from one heroic effort. It came from repetition. Back again. And again. That is how the brain adapts. That's how habits are formed. That's how identities change. Not through intensity. By being consistent. That is the secret. You do not need their permission to implement simple systems. You don't need approval to keep promises to yourself. You don't need motivation to follow the rules you have already decided upon. That's discipline. The psychological truth is this. Your brain is wired to conserve energy. Every decision costs effort. Every decision produces friction. Willpower means making your brain decide over and over again. Should I work out today? Should I work now? Should I focus or scroll? Those are the decisions that drain you. Systems take away decisions. Non-negotiables take away debate. You don't say, should I? You say, I do. That's powerful. Small actions. Every day. None. Most people fail because they negotiate with themselves. They wake up tired. They rework the plan. They lower the standard. Just for today. Then today becomes a habit. And the life becomes your habit. That's the way standards erode. Not suddenly. Gradually. Discipline prevents that. Discipline draws the hard line. It is an everyday occurrence. No matter what. That's not up for debate. You have a choice. Live by moods. Or as if by rules. Moods change. Standards don't. That's the key. Now understand this. Non-negotiables must be straightforward. If your system is too complicated, you will not follow it. If it is extreme, then you burn out. Winners do not overfill their day. They anchor them. A few actions. Done daily. Emotionless and carried out. That is how momentum is built. Think small. Smaller than you want it. Because small actions done daily beat massive effort done occasionally. Every time. Small actions. Every day. No excuses. Let's get practical. A non-negotiable is an action that occurs no matter what. Mood independent. Not dependent on time. Not relying on motivation. Adjust intensity, but do it. Busy? Just shorten it but do it. Unmotivated? Do it anyway. Because identity is built on what you do when you don't feel like it. Discipline. Examples matter. Training doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be a chapter of reading. It can be just one page. Planning doesn't have to be complicated. It can be 5 minutes. The size doesn't matter. The consistency does. That's the secret. Most people set the bar too high and then give up. Winners aim low and never stop. They allow time to take its course. And time is undefeated. You don't have to get their permission to start small. You don't need validation to be consistent. You don't need praise for showing up daily. The reward is momentum. Momentum changes everything. Where momentum exists, effort becomes lighter. Not more easy, but lighter. Because you're no longer starting from zero every day. You're continuing. And it is powerful for continuity. Small deeds. Daily. No excuses. Now let's talk about weakness. Weakness is not a sign of laziness. Inconsistency is weakness. You can work hard one day and still be weak if you disappear the next. Strength means reliability. Can you count on yourself? That's the question. Discipline is the answer. Every non-negotiable that you hold onto builds self-trust. Every promise you break destroys it. Self-trust is fragile. However, it is also rebuildable. One promise kept at a time. That's how confidence is earned. Not by affirmations. By proof. That's the key. Here's what you should stop doing. Stop setting goals without systems. Goals are the locations in which a person is trying to arrive or get to. Systems are vehicles. Where is a destination without a vehicle going? Stop relying on motivation. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline resides within. Build for what lasts. Try not to overhaul your life in one night. That's ego. Ego wants dramatic change. Discipline desires change, but in a sustainable manner. Discipline. Now, here's what you should start doing. Choose 3 non-negotiables. Not 10. Not 20. 3. Actions directly supporting the person you are trying to become. Then lock them in. Same time. Same standard. Every day. Dramaless. No negotiation. The rule is that if you miss once, you go directly to the beginning. No guilt spirals. No quitting. Just continuing. That's discipline. Small actions. Dia apos o outro. No excuses. Notice how this shifts your identity. You stop asking, do I feel like it? You start saying, this is who I am. Those who practice train. People who write. People who build. Not when it's convenient. When necessary. Identity follows behavior. Not the other way around. That's what counts. Now understand it. Non-negotiables protect you on bad days. On good days, anybody can perform. Systems survive bad days. That's why systems matter more than motivation. Bad days just are. Stress, fatigue. Non-negotiables keep you moving through them. Gradually. Quietly. Relentlessly. That's how winners differentiate themselves. They don't stop. The rest get adjusted and move on. You have a choice. Let bad days break your streak, or let discipline carry you through them. It creates one inconsistency. The other one makes resilience. Resilience compounds. Small things. Daily. No excuses. Here's another fact. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. The weaker the system, the more unstable life will be. When your system is sound, improvement cannot help but happen. That is not motivation. That's mechanics. And mechanics don't care how you feel. That's why this works. Now, let's lock it in. This is something non-negotiable that must be clear, measurable, repeatable. Do my best is not a non-negotiable. 10 push-ups is work on my goals is too vague. Write 200 words is particular. Clarity removes excuses. That's the main point. It's defined once, and that's the last you think about it. You perform. Where thinking is concerned, it is energy depleting. The results reinforce one another. The execution creates momentum. Execute selection. Choose boring consistency. Discipline over drama. Because drama feels productive but produces nothing. Discipline is plain, but everything comes from it. You do not need their permission to live this way. You don't need approval to be consistent. You don't show up to get applause. Your life improves quietly. Then, out of the blue, people ask what changed. It wasn't a secret. It was daily non-negotiables. Small actions. Daily. No excuses. Lock in this lesson. Because this is the backbone of all the other things. Silence without systems disappears. Focus without structure collapses. Non-negotiables give discipline a home. They are the means through which intentions are turned into behavior. And behavior into identity. You've learned to build in silence. You've learned to cut the noise. Now you know how to write rules that guarantee progress, but discipline still has one enemy left. Not in the world. Not diversions. Comfort. The desire to remain where you are. and comfort is subtle. So now we delve deeper. You have framed it. Now it's time to test the resistant part of you that challenges every little bit of growth. Learning to work when you're uninspired. Let's take that lie away now. Inspiration will not always be there. In fact, most days you will not. And if you wait for the right mood, you will stay exactly where you are. That's the key. You do have a choice. You can wait until you feel ready. You can train yourself to act without permission from your emotions. One keeps you stuck. One brings power. You go first. Confidence follows. Repeat that if you will. You start. Confidence follows. Most people were taught in the wrong order. They think motivation comes first, then action, then the results. That is not the correct sequence. This is not the actual order. It is action first. Then there is confidence. Then the motivation shows up later. Or not at all. And that's okay. Because discipline doesn't need inspiration. It demands obedience. Waiting for the right mood is emotional procrastination. It feels reasonable. That sounds responsible. I am just not in the right mindset now. I'll do it when I feel focused. I'll start when I'm motivated. That's not wisdom. That's avoidance. And avoidance is costly. Every time you wait for inspiration, you train your mind to debate. Should I do this now? Do I feel like it? Is this the right moment? Debate kills momentum. That's the flaw. It's not because you are lazy. It's a question of lack of discipline. That's the key. You don't need their permission to work uninspired. You don't need your mood's approval to execute. You don't need confidence to start. Confidence follows action. You can start. Confidence follows. Learn the psychology. Your brain craves comfort. It wants ease. It craves familiarity. It craves dopamine with less effort. Inspiration feels good. Discipline is neither positive nor negative. It feels neuter. That's why, when the inspiration is lacking, the brain rebels against work. But here's what most don't understand. The brain is trainable. If you only work when you feel inspired, you teach your brain that feelings are in charge. If you work regardless of mood, you learn to make your brain listen. Everything changes then. Obedient minds realize consistent lives. Excuses are built by debating minds. You do have a choice. Be led by feelings. Or lead them. One of them is weakness. One is discipline. You can go first. Confidence follows. Look at your past honestly. How many opportunities have you missed? Because you were not feeling it? How many days were wasted? Wait for energy that never arrived? How many plans died quietly? Because inspiration didn't show up on time? That's the cost. And compounding. For every moment you wait, by doing that, you are reinforcing your habit of hesitation. Where hesitation becomes identity. I'm a person that needs to feel prepared. That identity will destroy you. Winners don't feel ready. They are resistant. They are tired. They are bored. They doubt themselves. And they work anyway. That's the difference. That's what counts. Let's bust another myth. Working uninspired doesn't mean forcing perfection. It means reducing emotional demands. You don't need passion to show up. You don't need to be excited to implement. You don't need clarity to get started. You gotta have a beginning. Even a weak one. Especially a weak one. Because starting when not inspired trains something much more important. Reliability. Are you all right when conditions aren't at their best? That's the real test, in fact. Not how you perform on good days. How you behave on ordinary days. Those are the days that constitute your life. You can go first. Confidence follows. Here's what you should stop doing. Stop checking your mood before you work. Stop asking yourself how you feel. Stop waiting for emotional alignment. That's the weakness. Feelings are information, not commands. They report conditions. They do not tell people how to act. Discipline decides behavior. That's the key. Here's what you need to start doing. Establish a rule. Action precedes emotion. Every time. Work for 5 minutes, minimum. Not that 5 minutes is something impressive. Because 5 minutes breaks resistance. Resistance is a psychological, not physical, phenomenon. Once the movement begins, the mind then follows. That's why everything depends on starting. You don't need their permission to start small. You don't need to have perfect efforts validated. You don't need motivation to open the door. Open it anyway. Most people wait for clarity. Clarity follows engagement. Most people wait to feel confident. Proof comes before confidence. Most people wait for inspiration. Momentum comes before inspiration. That's the order. Reverse it and you stall. You are to start. Success breeds confidence. Let's talk about consistency. Consistency is not intensity. Consistency means dependability across time. That means it's doing the task even when it feels flat. Even when it seems to be of no good use. Even when you'd rather stop. That repetition sends a signal to your nervous system. I am in control. That message builds authority internally. Internal authority is always better than external motivation. That's why discipline takes the place of weakness. Weakness negotiates. Discipline executes. Weakness says, maybe later. Discipline says, now. You have a choice. Let boredom catch up to you. Or let discipline carry you through it. Boredom is temporary. The habit you build by pushing through it is permanent. Here's a practical framework. When you are not inspired, do not set any goals. Comply with the requirements. Did you come? Did you start? Did you follow the rule? That's a win. The goal is to perform without emotion. Emotion may well come later. If so, good. If it doesn't, you still win. Because identity is being shaped. You're becoming someone who acts at the beckon and call. Your own command. That's power. You can go first. And confidence follows. Another fact which people do not want to accept. Waiting for inspiration is a kind of entitlement. I should feel good before I work. You work because you said you would. That's discipline. That's maturity. That is self-esteem. Respecting yourself means keeping promises. Even when no one is watching her. Nothing feels exciting. Especially then. Because that is when character is built. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your training. That is the key. Now understand this. It means working unenthusiastically does not mean resting or being lazy. Rest is planned recovery. Inspiration is waiting. Know the difference. Rest has a plan. Avoidance has excuses. This one rejuvenates you. The other weakens you. You can do either one. Rest strategically. Or use lack of motivation as a shield. One builds strength. It delays progress. You can go first. Confidence follows. Here's something freeing. You don't have to like the work. You simply have to do it. Enjoyment is optional. Completion is not. Once you accept that, the resistance is not empowering. The work stops arguing with you. It becomes the norm. Normal behavior compounds fast. That's why consistency beats talent. Talent will surface every now and then. Consistency shows up every day. Daily always wins. Small effort, uninspired beats perfect effort that never happens. Every time. Lock that in. Now, let's connect this to identity. Every time uninspired, you did work. You vote for a stronger version of yourself. Every absent session votes against it. Identity is constructed through votes. Not words. Not intentions. Actions. That's the key. You don't need their permission to become disciplined. You don't need claps to keep going. You do not need to be excited to do the right thing. Integrity is behavior without witnesses. And uninspired work is pure integrity. Because there is no emotional payoff. Just try. And effort builds trust with yourself. Self-trust changes everything. The moment you trust yourself, you stop negotiating. When one stops negotiating, then things begin to move faster. That's how momentum is born. You can start. Success breeds confidence. Lock this lesson in. Because inspiration will come and go. Discipline stays, though, if you train it. You have learned to construct in silence. You've learned to cut the noise. You have designed non-negotiables for each day. Now you know how to follow them. Even when you don't feel like it. That is a turning point. Because the next challenge isn't starting. It's sustaining effort over time. Persistence in results that are slow to realize. When nothing seems to happen, that's where most people quit. So thereafter we go there. You have learned to act without being inspired. Now let's master patience without reward. Outgrow the need to be understood. Take a minute to pause and reflect honestly. How frequently do you pause before action so as to explain yourself? How many times do you feel the urge to defend your intentions, your goals, your decisions? That needs to be understood. It's subtle. It feels normal. It feels right. But it's dangerous. You have a choice. You can live looking for validation, looking for understanding. For there is a life of process. It's the life of growth. One distracts. One constructs. Agreement is not required. You want results. Tell it again. You don't need agreement. You want results. This is the truth that everyone avoids. Explaining your intentions is to invite doubt. It allows others to find fault in what you are. Explaining your vision invites interference. The sooner you attempt to convince people of something, the less momentum you will have in favor of acceptance. All that is what is wrong. It's not because of being misunderstood. Discipline. Leaning doesn't mean you need permission to do what matters. You don't need anyone's validation to execute. You don't need anyone to follow that and agree with your decisions. Discipline takes you through when the world doesn't understand. Most individuals live in the reverse order. They believe that clarity can be achieved only if they are understood. They think the power of execution comes from approval. They believe that motivation lies in agreement. That sequence is wrong. This applies. The actual order is: decide, adjust, let results speak. You don't need agreement. You require results. Notice the world around you. Everyone has opinions. Everyone has ideas. Everyone has opinions about this issue. Most people will respond to that noise. They explain and justify themselves. They explain their choices. They ask for feedback before they act. While they are explaining, things are happening in the world. Momentum expires. Even confidence dwindles. That's the cost. Here's the psychological reality. Your brain hungers for social validation. It wants connection. It prefers not to fight. As you look for knowledge, you develop your brain to externalize decision-making. You surrender your freedom. You share the spotlight. You are letting go of your power. That is why privacy is a weapon. Privacy is the safeguard of momentum. Privacy shields your energy. Privacy protects. Privacy provides a chance for you to move quietly, deliberately. You have a choice. You can make all plans public. Or you can guard your progress. It makes noise. It builds results. You don't need agreement. You need results. Let's get practical. First, cease advertising your intentions. Not every project requires a social contract. Not all goals require a committee. Not all ideas require feedback in order to exist. Work in silence. Work alone. Doing without explaining. Momentum builds in the silence. Second, share selectively. Information is an instrument, not an arsenal. You don't have to share your plans with the whole world. Only share if it is needed. Share only with those who can contribute and don't dilute. That's discipline in action. Third, train your mind to tolerate being misunderstood. Fear of misunderstanding. Most people, they are afraid of conflict. They are afraid of being judged. You will be misunderstood. You will be judged. You will encounter doubt. Accept it. Move anyway. Discipline eliminates the fear of perception. Results settle criticism. Action validates you, not explanation. Action validates. You don't need agreement. Results are what you require. And here's another truth. Explaining your vision before it's proven is dangerous, he warned. When one explains, one solicits opinions. When you seek opinions, you seek compromise. Compromise means that progress will be watered down. That's the flaw. It's not about arrogance. It's about clarity. The less that is explained, the less that is put at risk. In other words, the less you explain, the more energy you maintain. The less you explain, the quicker you move. Privacy equals power. Silence is leverage. Focus is freedom. You have a choice. Live in a defensive manner. You must be able to, or act aggressively, strike first. One sucks your energy. One multiplies it. You don't need agreement. You need results. Now it is time for us to talk about identity. People who frequently need to explain themselves have self-worth tied to esteem. Their confidence levels depend on the approval of others. Their attention is diverted by expectation. Discipline demands an independence of perception. Your worth lies not in understanding. Your value is in execution. Your work is evidence. At first, confidence follows. That's the key. Consider the lessons of history. All innovators, all leaders, all people who accomplished something great, they were all misunderstood. They were doubted. They were criticized. They were ignored. But they moved. Quietly. Intention. Relent. But when the results began to come in, understanding wasn't. Not before. That's the key. You don't need agreement. You want results. Here is what you need to stop doing. Stand up. Do not seek validation by explanation. Stop justifying what you decide in advance. Do not negotiate with the rest of the world before taking action. This is weakness masquerading as responsibility. Stop waiting to be understood. Stop waiting for acceptance. Stop waiting to be approved. That's hesitation. That's distra. That's a lost momentum. Here's what you need to start doing. Begin to walk without permission. Begin building without broadcasting. Begin performing without requiring understanding. Learn to endure a misunderstanding. Train your energy in resisting external noises too. To develop your identity, you need to train it to focus on execution rather than perception. You don't need agreement. Results are what you require. Here's another useful tool. Prior to speaking and expressing your goals, you need to ask yourself, does this action help advance my project? Does this help to advance the execution of my plan? Does this help create momentum? If not, then remain silent. If this is the case, share information strategically. Discretion is a multiplier. Concentration is a power. Silence is a shield. Remember this truth. Not everyone qualifies for your vision. Not all people have a right to know the information regarding your plan. Not all people should be able to shape your journey. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You owe yourself progress. Do first, explain later. Action precedes approval. There are results that justify communication. You don't need agreement. You need results. Let that sink in. The sooner you communicate, the weaker your position. Every time you hold your work tight, you make your work stronger. Momentum builds in silence. Discipline grows in privacy. Mastery comes out of sustained attention. You have a choice. Trade attention for results. Or trade results for attention. One builds. One disappears. This is what makes all the lock this lesson in. Your life is too precious to be allowed to go off track by the thoughts and opinions of others. Your goals are much too important to be clouded by external skepticism. Your energy should not be so wastefully occupied in explanation. You don't need agreement. You want to get results. And results also require discipline. The results are meant to. Results require silent and dogged implementation. React first. Adjust later. Let results speak. That's how leaders function. They're how winners build. That's how the momentum gets unstoppable. You've learned to build in silence. You've learned to cut the noise. You know how to conform to discipline even when you're not inspired. Now you have learned to move past the need to be understood. Once you've learned that, you have learned freedom. Because the world never will understand you. But your performance will forever be louder than their words. You have outgrown the need to rely on others' understanding. You've reclaimed control over your energy. You've protected your momentum. Next, we examine the final barrier. The final hurdle that exists between taking effective action and unstoppable progress. Focus is a muscle. Stop and think about your attention right this second. Where is it? Currently, it is jumping, scrolling, checking notifications, moving from one distraction to another. This isn't normal, which is unacceptable. You have a choice. Leave your mind free to roam. Alternatively, you could teach it. Focus is a muscle. Concentration is developed, not discovered. Tell it again. Focus is a muscle. Excellence always seems. Focus is something to be trained, not discovered. Most people assume that concentration is natural. They think some kids just have it. They're born with it, you know. They think it appears magically when the task is important. That's a lie. Focus is not identified. It's built. It's exercised. It is strengthened by repetition. And like all muscles, it atrophies if unused. It becomes atrophied if it is. It dies if it is abused. Examine your own life. What percentage of what you start do you complete? How often do you sit down and actually stay to complete the task without interruptions? How often do you let your mind wander before the end of the task? Most individuals are unable to accomplish this task because they mistake activity with focus. Fast typing isn't the point. Reading quickly does not mean focus. Scrolling between tabs is not focus. True concentration is single-minded. That's the key. You have a choice. You can walk nowhere. Alternatively, you can also choose that the focus of your attention is a sacred thing. Because every single minute that is unfocused is a waste of energy. Each lost second compounds. Every hour of inattention costs momentum. Concentration is a muscle. Focus is not something that is discovered, it is. Here's the psychology behind it. Your brain is lazy. It is drawn to novelty. It thrives on interruptions. It wants dopamine now, not the reward of mastering it. If you give it what it wants, it will hijack your time. It will hijack your energy. It will hijack your identity. However, here's the truth that nobody likes. Practicing focus training builds strength. The more distractions you resist, the more control you regain control of. The more control you can exert, the more your mind will respond to you instead of wandering. That's discipline. That is power. That is mastery. You have a choice. Be a victim of your own attention, or master it. One generates chaos. One creates products. Focus is a muscle. Concentration is cultivated, not discovered. Now, let's see what we can. Step 1. Eliminate weak distractions. Social media. Notification. These are the enemies of attention. Cut them ruthlessly. Remove apps. Turn off notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Your mind will rebel. It will complain. It will require stimulation. That's weakness. Forget weakness, discipline. Step 2. Begin with miniature reps. Just like weightlifting, you can't spend hours concentrating on your first day. Begin with 10 minutes. It takes 15 minutes. Single task. No phone. No internet. No excuses. Complete the task. Then stop. Step 3. Increase gradually. When 10 minutes becomes English, go for 15. Then 20. Then 30. Muscle grows under tension. The mind is sharpened and clarified under. Step 4. Tracking your repetitions. Each session matters. Each unbroken interval is an achievement. Each distraction you resist means you are gaining strength. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Emphasis is no different. Step 5. Reinforce identity. You are not a person who gives in to distractions. Hashtag the revolution to a new life. You are someone who commands attention. You are someone who grows stronger with every decision you make. Focus is trained, not found. Let's be clear. Unattended attention is costly. Each time you give up your focus, you give up control. Each time you get distracted, you are taking back hours from your life. Every time you meander aimlessly, you erode your identity. That's the problem. It is not a question of intelligence. It's about discipline. Even the smartest person can fail if he or she doesn't. Even the most talented person makes mistakes if his or her attention is divided. If it hasn't nothing else. You have a choice. Ramble and watch time slip away. Or train your attention and reclaim your life. Let's now discuss mental training. Distraction is psychological and not physical. It's conditioned. Your brain was conditioned to pursue excitement, not memorization. This is why you are agitated. It's why you check your phone. That's why you scroll mindlessly. Rewire your brain. Train it to obey. Focus on exercise as a muscle. Mwatoki and I. Each session builds on everything that. Every instant of focused attention contributes to the building of one's identity. You move first. Confidence follows. Emphasis increases. Discipline hardens the mind. Distraction undermines it. The King of Prussia has formally declared war. Attention is energy. Energy equals identity. Your life is founded on what you focus your attention on. The more you control your attention, the more control you have. The more you waste this resource, the less you are in control. Therefore, focus is a muscle too. Focus is learned, not discovered. Let's be practical once again. Exercise. One activity a day to which one gives one's undivided attention. No phone. No multitasking. No internal debate. Just work. Begin small. Increase gradually. Track progress. Bask in triumph. Gradually, your focus becomes stronger. Distractions have power. Decisions become sharper. Execution happens automatically. That's the compound effect of focus. All great achievers live by this principle. They do not depend on inspiration. These sensors don't depend on mood. They require attention. It is trained thoroughly. You have a choice. poor attention, scattered effort, wasted potential, or strong attention. Intentional behavior mastery. Attentiveness is a muscle. Focus is trained, not found. And this is where I need the focus of training redefines your identity. As you act thoughtfully, you can be depended upon. A person who produces irrespective of noise and temptations. It is rare for weak people to attract attention, and it has been made by disciplined individuals. That's the answer. Now, integral to the environment does matter. Focus cannot be developed in a chaotic setting. Wherever distractions multiply, you cannot construct attention. Dominating your environment is required. Blank space. Control inputs. Remove noise. Your environment either builds strong concentration or undermines it. That's step 6. Batch attention. Organize similar activities together. Remove context switching. Deep work accumulates. Shallow work undermines. Every hour spent in focused, undiverted effort changes the brain. Each shallow minute that is squandered contributes to weakness. Focus is a muscle. Focus is trained, not found. Now stop making excuses. More willpower is not needed. You require training. You don't need more talent. You need consistency. You don't need perfect conditions. You need discipline. The work doesn't wait for mood. The results don't wait for permission. Focus does not come into play magically. It grows under tension. And tension is your teacher. You have a choice. Live weak. Live scattered. Live distracted. Or train your mind. Learn how to train your attention, train your life. Each lesson, when applied, will lock your future depends on where you choose to place your attention. What you protect your mind from distraction by determines your results. Your identity is based on the consistency of the attention you command. Concentration, as the name implies, focus can be trained, but it can't be you've learned to construct in silence. You've learned how to cut the noise. You have learned to work when you are not inspired. You have learned to move beyond needing understanding. Now the time has come to empower the final stage of mastery. Because attention is only as strong as the environment it is housed in. Finally, we turn our attention to the ultimate multiplier of focus, momentum, and outcomes. Let time do the heavy lifting. So, take a deep breath. Look at the world around you. Everybody wants everything now. Instant. Quick. That is not real. That's a trap. You have a choice. You can chase quick wins. Or use time to your advantage. Most people stop right before compounding starts. That's the defect. It is not a question of talent. It's about patience. It is all about discipline. Let time do the heavy lifting. Stay long enough, and effort becomes inevitability. Repetition, please. Stay long enough, and effort becomes inevitability. Compounding is a silent process. Well, it's invisible at first. It doesn't announce itself. You plant the seed. You water it. You take care of it. And nothing would seem to happen. For several weeks, months. Then, all of a sudden, the results materialize. Momentum builds. Effort times. Success can't help but occur. That's the power of time. That's the leverage most people don't use. You have a choice. Leave early. Alternatively, overcome the reluctance. That is the wasting of potential. One puts effort into mastery. Patience is not passive. It's active discipline. It is showing up when others are walking away. It works when there is no sign of progress. It's performing when no feedback is available. Stay long enough, and effort becomes inevitability. Most people fail because they confuse activity with progress. They all think that doing something once, or twice, or a few times is enough. It's not. Compounding works with consistency. Time multiplies. It is with patience that momentum rewards. Let me explain the psychology behind it. Your brain craves immediate reward. It craves novelty. It does not make one wait. That's why quitting early feels rational. It feels safe. It feels warranted. It's not working. I am tired. Nobody will notice it. Those are lies. Lies cloaked in the disguise of truth. Discipline says, keep going. Keep showing up. Keep working. Invisible work is not wasted work. Hidden effort does not equal meaninglessness. Every repetition counts, every little step matters, each small act accumulates. Even if it's not visible to the eye. That's the key. You have a choice. Quit it, or outlast the invisible stage. One is comfort. The first one is growth. Let's break this down. Most quit at about 6 weeks, or the 3-month mark, or just when they are beginning to feel the pressure, immediately prior to the start of compounding. Just as their little endeavors are about to attract momentum, just before their repeated actions solidify into skill, just before their persistence separates them from amateurs. That's the danger zone. That is where the battle was. You have a choice. Leave before the breakthrough, or stay and claim it. Patience sorts the pros from the dilettantes. Professionals know the invisible power that goes with constant effort. They believe in compounding. They believe in time. They trust the process. Dabblers chase speed. Dabblers chase visibility. Dabblers chase applause. And dabblers quit before the invisible work pays off. That's the weakness. It's not about skill. It is all about patience. Discipline carries you when the world doesn't even notice. Consistency wins when the impatient fall away. Stay long enough and effort becomes inevitability. Here's how it works in practice. Step 1. Establish long-term benchmarks. Not objectives. Not dreams. Standards. Standards are non-negotiable. They persist through doubt. They endure fatigue. They survive the days when results are invisible. Show up every day. Perform without applause. Persist without event feedback. Step 2. Count repetitions, not achievements. You gamble in case you focus on the results too early. If the spotlight is on repetition, then one ensures growth. Compound consistency. Effort just piles on. Patience pays. Step 3. Remove the obsession with immediate validation. The likes, comments, praise. Those are distractions. They're weak signals. Time does the work. Your work will speak for itself above anyone's words over time. Stay long enough, and effort becomes inevitability. Let's get this straight. Time rewards action. It is timing that punishes hesitation. Time amplifies discipline. Time makes excuses crumble. Time punishes you if you quit early. If you stick around, time compounds your advantage. Step 4. Accept the invisible. Most of the work is invisible. Most progress goes unnoticed. Most skill is honed in silence. They are afraid of this because such people are impatient. Only the disciplined embrace it. Discipline says, invisible work makes visible results. Discipline says, effort today pays tomorrow. Discipline says, time is your ally, not your enemy. Stay long enough, and the effort becomes inevitability. Now let's talk about motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Results come from insistence. Persistence follows from discipline. You don't need mood. You don't need inspiration. You need consistency. You need time. Step 5. Prepare for resistance. The biggest resistance arises when one cannot see the results. Then fatigue sets in. In walks doubt. Distractions get louder. That's when most give up. That's where the line is really drawn between the amateur and professional. Keep going anyway. Stay long enough, and effort turns into inevitability. Step 6. Focus on small wins. Celebrate consistency, not performance. Every completed session, every unbroken effort, every step forward, no matter how small. Here are the bricks. Time is the mortar. Results constitute the building. Step 7. Just let go and trust the process. Trust invisible accumulation. Trust repeated action. The compounding effect of trust. The world may not take cognizance of that. You probably won't even feel it. But your skill is growing, your identity is firming up, and your results are improving every day. Stay long enough, and effort becomes inevitability. Here's another fact. Most individuals can't stand slow progress. They left the organization. They change gears. They crave novelty. You have a choice. Be similar to them, or outlives. The latter is temporary. One is forever. The professional knows. The work is invisible until suddenly it isn't. Compounding is very quiet. And then the breakthroughs happen. This momentum seems magical. It is not magic, it's time. Discipline is multiplied by time. Time rewards patience. Time compounds small wins into unstoppable force. You can choose. Quit early, or survive. One wastes the potential. One creates inevitability. Step 8. Save your energy for the marathon. Keep yourself from getting distracted. Be oblivious to any criticism that comes your way. Avoid the pressure to perform prematurely. Your job is a long-term investment. Patience is the return. Discipline is the compound interest. Stay long enough, and effort turns into inevitability. Lock in this lesson. Every master, every professional, every person who attained extraordinary results followed this guideline. They stayed when others went away. They struck when others held their fire. They trusted time when others panicked. You have a choice. Quit your work for immediate comfort, or let time carry your disciplined effort to results you cannot yet see. Patience isn't passive. Patience is power. Patience is control. Patience is inevitability. Stay long enough, and effort turns into inevitability. You have learned to focus. You learn to outgrow the need to be understood. You've built discipline without inspiration. You've strengthened the muscle of attention. Now it's the time to use the ultimate multiplier. Time rewards the patient. Time punishes the impatient. And your choice determines which side you are living on. We now turn to the environment, the final piece of the system supporting unstoppable results. Win first, explain later. Stop talking. Stop explaining. Stop justifying. Today is the day to take action. The majority of people live in reverse. The reasons given by Perry Y. They provide justification for first. They seek permission before acting. And most fail. You have a choice. Win quietly. Live loudly. Repeat your statement. Win quietly. Live loudly. This is the greatest principle of discipline. This is your final step in your transformation. It's where internal mastery meets external results. Listen carefully. Results defy critics. Validez de resultado. The results confirm the fact that no explanation needed, no approval required, no applause necessary. However, most human beings live to receive approval. They declare their intentions before acting. They tell each person their goals before they've done the work. They look for validation before the results are achieved. That's weakness. You have a choice. Be weak or unstoppable. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's a matter of discipline. Discipline says, display results. Then speak. Prove first. I'll explain later. It is because action speaks louder than words. Because there can be no dispute about because those who succeed behind the scenes are the ones who establish the standard. Think of people you admire. Do they explain the achievement of success before the success occurs? Do they ask for permission prior to acting? Do they wait for validation before they deliver results? They execute. They remain. They rule. You have a choice. Speak first. While Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, it puts you in a vulnerable position. If action is not forthcoming, criticism will follow. Talk that is not followed by action leads to doubts. Action protects you. Power is generated through action. Actions translate hard work into reality. Win quietly. Live loudly. Here's the psychology. Your brain is wired to look for approval. It yearns to be acknowledged. It seeks applause. This is the validation trap. The Everyman Bible. Tell them what you're doing. Show them your plan. Make sure they like it. Start listening. Training is first. Discipline achieves outcomes that speak for themselves. Stage 1. Operate in silence. Start your task without making a proclamation. Start your project without an audience. Boost your skill without observation. Let results accumulate. Let progress compound. Rather, let your success develop unnoticed. Stay hidden until completion. That is the key. Step 2. Avoid premature feedback. When sharing plans, opinions are invited. Asterisk opinions dilute execution. Opinions hinder momentum. This is because most people fail because they let other people's perspectives influence their pacing on their path to their goal. They often change their objectives in order to suit the critics. They dilute effort in an attempt to avoid judgment. Discipline has the opposite effect. It functions independently. It ignores the noise. It relies upon internal standards. Win quietly. Live loudly. Step 3. Trust the process. Internal change comes before external acceptance. Therefore, before the world will hail you, you must first learn to. Even before you see success, complete commitment is required. Prior to anyone noticing, you have to have discipline. That's the key. Your mindset shapes your outcomes. Your habits constitute results. Your persistence creates inevitability. Win quietly. Love fully. Now, let's talk about critics. Critics are there to be discredited. Critics are there to test discipline. Critics are the answer to undisciplined thinkers. They will doubt your methods. They will question your motives. They will attempt to disrupt your forward progress. Your answer is just results. Nothing else. No explanations are required. No arguments. No drama. Win silently. Live loudly. Well, here's an example. Step 4. Measure success internally. Rather than asking, clearly, did they approve? Did they notice? Did they understand? Did I deliver? Did I improve? Did I meet my standard? Internal validation has been found to be stronger than external approval. However, it's permanent. It accumulates. Win wisely. Live loudly. Step 5. Let momentum speak. They automatically attract attention. There are definitely people who are. Achievement commands respect. You don't produce it through announcements. You earn it quietly. Step 6. Embrace patience. The world does not always notice effort, but most receive delayed recognition. Most validation takes place after execution. That's why patience is also considered part of discipline. You don't act for applause. You play towards victory. You are an instrument of inevitability. Win low. Live loudly. Step 7. Avoid comparison. Comparison is a trap. It distracts you from execution. 1. Nombrement inculca al explic. This suggests a lack of confidence rather than a lack. Steadfast attention and concentration upon your. Stay focused on your own standards. Emphasize your results. Win without pride. Live loudly. Step 8. Internalize victory. The true payoff comes from within. Self-TR. Confidence. Prove it to yourself that you can do it. Recognition from the outside is of secondary importance. It's optional. It is an affirmation which follows mastery. Step 9. Execute relentlessly. Every task, every day, every opportunity, even when unseen, despite being undeserved, even when uncomfortable. Execution generates momentum. Execution shapes identity. The manner in which win quietly, live loudly. Step 10. Maintain the principle for life. It's not a lesson to be learned just once. This is a lifestyle, a standard, an unbreakable rule. Speak after results. Act before approval. It has to be delivered before. Win quietly, live loudly. At least I think I understand. Success that is always declared is fragile. Silence in success is success that is unbeatable. Critics disappear. A lack of doubt. Asterisk momentum becomes unstoppable. Asterisk you have a choice. Execute for validation. Or perform to mastery. One is temporary. One is permanent. Step number 11. Protect your energy. Don't bother to argue with doubters. Do not argue your case when challenged by doubters. Avoid seeking consensus. The energy expended on explanation is the energy taken away from execution. Win quietly. Be bold. Step 12. Apply to all aspects of life. Career, fitness, learning, relationships, financial growth. At first, produce outcomes. I will explain later. Win patiently. Be loud. Let's seal the deal. Your transformation is first and foremost an internal one before it becomes external. The personal recognition follows discipline. Action precedes applause. Win low-key. Live loudly. Critics will remain. Barriers will be present. There will always be some doubt, but the results? The results are clear. Results are evident. Results are permanent. You have a choice. Discuss ad infinitum or execute relentlessly. Talk first or win first. One loses energy. One builds power. Step 13. Internalize identity. 4. Be the person who does rather than the person who explains. Act on the side of the person you want to be. Be the person whose results speak louder than words. Win quietly. Live loudly. Step 14. Compound discipline. Every silent victory strengthens habits. Each accomplished task shapes an identity. Every consistent action builds mastery. The invisible work of today is transformed into the undeniable results of tomorrow. Win low profile. Live loudly. Step 15. Surrender to the last truth. You are not required to seek permission. You don't need agreement. You don't need applause. You only need to practice discipline. All it takes is action. What the species needs is results. Win quietly. Live loudly. Seal this lesson in your identity. You've perfected concentration. You've allowed time to do the heavy lifting. You have done all this without needing any. You've established patience, discipline, and consistency. Now it is time to live it. Your transformation is complete. Win quietly. Live loudly. But by using this tenet, you shall never be ruled by the need for a validating reaction. Your energy has been restored. You have regained your attention. You have reclaimed your life. Now we move to reflection, integration, and the final process of solidifying your change. The silent victory. Integrate, reflect, dominate. So, take your time. Look back. Not to linger, not to regret, but to measure. Measure your growth. Disciplines measured. Measure how far you've come. This chapter is where the transformation becomes permanent, where lessons become habits, where effort becomes identity. You have a choice. Remain scattered or incorporate. Integration means putting it all together, the final mastery stage. It's a place where everything you learned about will fall into place in your life. Win quietly, live loudly, but now it's time to make it permanent. It is all about integrating dots. Not just acting, not merely enduring, but discipline embedded into every action, every thought, every decision. Let's break it down. First step, reflect on your journey. Don't skim. Don't hurry. Sit with it. What were some of the habits that moved you forward? Which activities added up over time? Which decisions paid off? Which distractions did you manage to get rid of? Reflection teaches clarity. This shows patterns. It portrays cause and effect. Most people don't take time for reflection. They flit from task to task, never learning. They implement but never improve. That's the difference between effort and mastery. Reflection turns effort into insight. You have a choice. Act in a blind manner, or act with insight. Integration starts with reflection. Internalize what works. Discard what doesn't. Step 2. Identify core non-negotiables. These are the rules that govern your life. The standards that not even a situation can change. Your values guide every decision. What won't you compromise on? Discipline? Consistency? Silence instead of applause? Put them in writing. Memorize them. Live them. These will be your anchors. They will prevent drift. They won't let your progress get ruined. Step 3. Institute procedures that reinforce mastery. Discipline without structure decays. Consistency without systems falters. Design routines that make success inevitable. Morning habits. Work rituals. Evening reflections. Make them automatisms. Make them non-negotiable. Small actions repeated each and every day build up to unstoppable results. That's the key. You do have a choice. Rely on willpower, or develop a system which does the work for you. Where there is a choice, integration favors the system builder. Step 4. Reevaluation of your mental environment. Your mind is like the soil. What you cultivate grows. Eliminate self-sabotaging thoughts. Ditch distracting media. Eliminate the drains. Sow ideas that firm up concentration. Plant habits that reassure patience. Plant standards that solidify discipline. It is not merely doing integration. It's thinking. It's choosing. It's about shaping your inner world. Fifth step, own successes. Praise externally is not required. External validation doesn't matter. Stay celebrated internally. Acknowledge progress. Mark milestones in a quiet way. Every small win shows the proof of growth. Every repetition is a sign of mastery. Every act of discipline deconstructs to build identity. You have options. Rely on applause. Or do what you consider right. Step 6. Practice patience for the unseen. Much of mastery happens in silence. Most results at first are invisible. You act. You persist. You refine. You repeat. Then suddenly momentum makes an appearance. Progress becomes undeniable. The results follow naturally. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. Let time compound your effort. Integration calls for long-term vision. It means playing the infinite game. Step 7. Conquer distractions. It's a noisy world. opinions, critics, instant gratification. The process of integration requires concentration. For every distraction you take out, your attention gets even stronger. Every boundary you set saves energy. You don't respond to every call. You don't justify every action. You don't explain every choice. Win silently, loudly live. 8th step. Practice deliberate reflection. Daily. Monthly. Ask hard questions. Where did I drift? In which areas did I do well? Where have I compromised? What can I secure? Reflection transforms experience into wisdom. Wisdom converts habits into identity. The identity converts discipline into dominance. Step 9. Discomfort is my friend. Every challenge represents an opportunity to integrate lessons learned. Every difficulty, for sure, is the testing of patience. Every criticism serves as an opportunity to come out stronger. Most people tend to avoid discomfort. Most people run away from resistance. Most people quit too early. You can choose. Avoid pain, or build up the power for an invincibility shield. Integration requires that something be uncomfortable. It requires to be repeated. It requires patience. Step 10. Action aligned with purpose. Every habit, every routine, every decision made by. Does it move you closer to mastery? Does that reinforce your standards? Does it compound your results? If yes, continue. If not, remove it. Integration is merciless. It is accurate. It doesn't compromise. Step 11. Make the results inevitable. When habits are integrated, momentum is unstoppable. When discipline is inculcated, then failure becomes an option. When patience is internalized, consistency compounds. Every action reinforces the system. Every repetition fortifies the foundation of it. With every silent victory, inevitability is given weight. Step 12. Rule your identity. Your power is within. The external ones are secondary. It all ends with who you are and begins there. Become the one who shows up. He who carries it out. He is the person whose results speak louder than words. Win quietly. Live loudly. 13th step. Use reflection to guide adaptation. Life is dynamic. Challenges change. Circumstances change. Integration is not static. It is continuously adjusted. Refine procedures. Adapt systems. Rethink priorities. The art of compromise needs to be understood without compromising your basic principles. Step 14. Enhance the compounding effect. Every integrated habit compounds with others. Every disciplined choice strengthens the next one. Every repetition of an action multiplies results. You are no longer totally at the mercy of willpower. You are a force of structure, patience, and focus. Win quietly. Live loudly. Step 15. Become a leader. Only those who manage to integrate successfully cease to be followers of circumstance. They create the environment. They influence others silently. They give through example, not explanation. Integration breeds authority. Integration breeds respect. Where there is integration, there is unstoppable momentum. Step 16. Set your legacy in concrete. Embedded discipline. Focus sharpened. Results that speak for themselves. In fact, your life is your testimony. Not because of words. Not because of promises. But by the work. Win quietly. Live loudly. Step 17. Embrace continuous dominance. Integration is done continuously. Reflection is perpetual. Discipline is lifelong. There is no final finish line. There is no permanent plateau. You act. You reflect. You improve. You are in control. That's the cycle. That's the cadence of the unshakable. You have a choice. Drift through life. Or integrate, reflect, dominate. One leads to mediocrity. One leads to mastery. Step 18. Cement internal victory. You do not need any justification for yourself anymore. You do not try to seek approval anymore. You no longer react to every opinion. You have become a measure unto yourself. Your own judge. Your own standard. Win silently. Live out loud. 19th step. Extend the discipline outward. Your habits affect your environment. Culture is created by what people do. Your example silently lifts others up. Love is not self-centered. It's powerful. It is life-changing. Step 20. Terminate the system. Daily non-negotiables. Silently execute. Patience for compounding. Internal success measurement. Reflection and adjustment. All in one. All cohesive. All unstoppable. Win quietly. Live loudly. Lock this in. Your victory is now sealed. Your discipline is internalized. Your results will be inevitable. The silent victory is yours. Integration complete. Reflection mastered. Domination unavoidable. You've regained your concentration. You have developed and strengthened your discipline. You have learned how to be patient. You have survived critics. You have trusted time. You have performed before explanation. Now live life to the fullest. Win quietly. Live loud. It does not end here. It is the beginning of mastery. The blueprint of relentless execution. Stop waiting. Quit overthinking. Do not allow the momentum to slip away from you. This is where strategy meets action. The lessons that you've learned, the discipline, the silence, the patience, you say, all of these things now meet in. You have a choice. Drift through life and destroy. Relentless execution is not about luck. It's all about motivation. The idea is creating a system that does not let you down, even if your willpower goes down. That's the plan. That is the secret to all high performers. Repeat that. Relentless execution. Every day. Pure speculation. Listen carefully. Step 1. Identify your non-negotiable. Not goals. Not hopes. Not suggestions. None of it. These are the things you do to ground your day, your week, your life. Exercise, learning, creating, reflecting, developing a skill. Select the activities that will propel you towards mastery. Write them down. Protect them. Defend them as though your life depends on it, because it does. Relentless execution starts with clarity. You have a choice. Drift aimlessly, or act with ruthless precision. Step 2 involves designing your surroundings such that they work for you. Your behavior reflects your environment. Your habits reflect the environment around you. Eliminate distractions. Eliminate the negative influences. Eliminate the distractions portrayed as noise. Provide an environment that demands action. Do it now. No excuses. All things, all tools, all systems should whisper those 5 little words to people. Relentless execution performs best in an optimized environment. Step 3. Break work into atomic units. Big tasks overwhelm. Ambitious targets paralyze. Atomic units are tiny, bite-sized actions. Steps so tiny you can't fail. Actions that give momentum without any delay. Do it step by step. Layer success upon success. Compound happens quietly. You have a choice. Become stagnant from feeling overwhelmed. And just as a physical body requires a heart, lungs, and a soul, so Step 4. Implement the show first, explain later principle. Get the work. Deliver results. Let outcomes speak louder than words. Execution without pause does not care about approval. It disregards judgment. It ignores the applause. It can recognize only action. All that is required is follow-through. Win silently. Live loudly. Step 5. Create a feedback loop. The lack of feedback makes it blind. If reflection is not followed up by action, measure what matters. It has a significant impact. Once you find something that, daily, weekly, relentless execution is iterative. It becomes stronger with repetition. Step 6. Embrace discomfort as fuel. The execution journey will never be smooth. Resistance is inevitable. Non-belief is constant. Most quit. Most of them complain. Most waste energy. You have a choice. Avoid awkwardness, or use it as leverage. Unrelenting action is a means whereby challenges are converted into. Every adversity is an opportunity. Push on. Step 7. Ruthlessly prioritize. Not everything is important. Not all the chances are yours. Concentrate on high-leverage activities. Ignore the remainder. Energy is limited. Attention is valuable. Discipline imposes allocation. Step 8. Automate habits. Volition wanes. Motivation dies. Systems exist. Establish rituals that guarantee follow-through. Morning routines. Work sequences. Skill reinforcement cycles. Let discipline be automatic. Let execution be inevitable. Step 9. Protect your energy fiercely. There is never-ending external noise. Opinions are always the. Critics will come. Protect your focus. Guard your attention. Protect your time. Unrelenting execution does not bargain with distractions. It gives priority to what is important while disregarding the others. Step 10. Commit to iteration, not perfection. Waiting for optimum conditions will kill momentum. Waiting for perfect ideas stifles creativity. When it comes to making progress, waiting for perfect timing is. Try the task inadequately. Enhance. Repeat. Relentless execution is action, not imagination. Step 11. Leverage the power of. Small deeds add up. Small wins create identity. Small disciplines lead to unstoppable momentum. The answer is consistency. Execution doesn't relent, and it goes on to. You have a choice. Start sporadically. Take a break when you need, but then just start and. Step 12. Anchor identity in action. You are not your intentions. You are not your plans. You are your execution. Be there. Do the work. Repeat. Win quietly. Live loud. Step 13. Integrate reflection and adaptation. Action unaccompanied by reflection is wasteful activity. Reflection without adaptation is futile. Review progress. Refine methods. Increase efficiency. Be everywhere at the. Step 14th. Develop resilience in mind. Handling pressure. Focus under distraction. Action under fatigue. Action under. Relentless execution requires resilience of the mind. Every problem solved toughens the mind. Each obstacle in the way of resistance has only served. Step 15. Sustain through patience. The world favors consistency. The world is a patient place. The world honors those who deliver while others fail. The pace of execution is marathon, not sprint. You have a choice. Quit too early, or until compounding becomes inevitability. Step 16. Develop accountability systems. External accountability enhances internal discipline. Tracking progress. Report outcomes. Make the measures. The accountability ensures that no step is skipped, no action is delayed in reaching the destination. 17th. To act independently. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for validation. Don't wait for recognition. Relentless execution drives first. Results follow. Validation is optional. Step 18. Defend focus fiercely. Social pressure will tempt distraction. Noise will attempt to gain entry. Comfort will also try to derail. Stand guard. Unendingly prioritize, protect your system. Step 19. Cultivate relentless curiosity. Learn continuously. Observe patterns. Adjust based on insight. Performance without comprehension means repetition. A critical factor that distinguishes execution from mastery is step 20. Embrace your blueprint each and every day. Relentless execution isn't an act. It is a lifestyle. A standard. An unalterable agreement. Follow the blueprint. Execute daily. Dominate relentlessly. Win in silence. Live loudly. This is your framework. Your system. Your path ahead. No more hesitation. No more excuses. No more waiting. The blueprint for relentless execution is finished. You act. You repeat. They reflect. You improve. You dominate. Every day. Every task. Every challenge. Your life has been reclaimed. Your self-control is unwavering. Your focus is unbreakable. Your momentum is unstoppable. Finally, with execution now a part of your identity, you are ready to put these takeaways into practice. The life of unstoppable momentum. So, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of all that you have learned. Every lesson, every habit, every chapter, it all leads to this. This is the chapter where transformation becomes permanent. Where discipline meets action. Where patience meets compounding. Where focus meets freedom. You have a choice. Drift through life. Or harness unstoppable momentum. Momentum isn't magic. Momentum isn't luck. Momentum is made. Momentum is gained. Momentum is continued. And once you have it, nothing can move faster than you. Let's break it down. Step 1. The first step is to have an understanding of momentum. Momentum is the aggregate of many acts. It is the function of consistent actions down through the ages. It is invisible at first, subtle, almost imperceptible. Most people quit too early. Paulo Co. These occur before the process of compounding. They give up before comp. They never experience double-digit growth achieved by hard work. Momentum serves the relentless. Momentum is a reward function of. Momentum is an inherent result of disciplined action. You have a choice. Stop after a few victories. Or until the force becomes unstoppable. Step 2. Protect your daily rhythms. Momentum thrives in routines. It feeds on repetition. If you waver, it will die. Your daily routines. Your work cycles. Your reflection periods. Protect them. Respect them. Never trade them for distraction or comfort. Step 3. Remove the drag. Every unnecessary interaction, every wasted hour, every distracting habit takes energy away from your momentum. Audit your life. Remove the unproductive employees. Minimize noise. Refine your attention. Momentum is kept up by subtraction, not just addition. Step 4. Act before inspiration. Momentum is not mood-dependent. It doesn't wait for motivation. It's built when you act, even when you don't feel like it. You move first. Confidence follows. Energy compounds. Momentum builds. Step 5. Integrate wins into identity. Small victories count. But if these values are not internalized, they will disappear. Observe silence. Record progress. Ratify your own sense of self as actor, as perseverer, as dominator. Momentum is both external and internal. It is the power in what you do. It is the belief in your ability to persist. Step 6. Harness compounding in all areas. Momentum does not pertain to a single field. Skill building compounds. Relationships multiply. Knowledge multiplies. Discipline multiplies. Layer improvements. Let results breed results. Observe the exponential growth process. Step 7. Embrace challenges as fuel. Resistance is inevitable. Criticisms run rampant. Obstacles are things that momentum propels these to become acceleration. Each problem solved builds strength. With every challenge overcome, the strength of resilience is. You have a choice. Avoid resistance, or harness it for fuel for unbeatable progress. Step 8. Conserve energy stores. Momentum is not reckless speed. Momentum is controlled force. You save your strength for the battles that count. You invest in recovery. You recharge your focus. Sustainable momentum sustains beyond bursts of effort. 9. Pass on your influence quietly. Momentum brings opportunities. It attracts attention. It inspires respect. Not because you announce it, and not because you boast, because the result speaks louder than words. Your character goes with your deeds. Your presence is recognized by its impact. Step 10. Integrate reflection and adjustment. Feedbackless momentum is blind. Every era of reflection refines a trajectory, but all of which only serves to further comp. You act. I reflect. You correct. You accelerate. Step 11. Resist complacency. Even momentum may wane, even if you attain perfection in your craft. Unless one remains vigilant, relentless execution. Continuous improvement ensures that the flow of force remains uninterrupted. With every passing day, the cycle can be reinforced. There is a choice you must make. Rest on past victories. Rather, just continue gaining unstoppable momentum. Step 12. Discipline unto identity. Momentum is preserved by self-trust. When discipline is internalized, actions become automatic. Consistency becomes simple. Barriers do not inspire intimidation anymore. You no longer require motivation. You rely on your own standards. Step 13. Accelerate decision-making. Momentum penalizes indecision. The quicker you decide, the quicker you act, the quicker you compound your results. Non-decision is energy draining. Speed generates power. Step 14. Anticipate challenges. Momentum attracts resistance. The stronger the power, the more hurdles are generated. Make preparations in advance. Please. Contingency planning. 6. Adapt quickly. Step 15. Celebrate progress silently. Validation from the outside is optional. Internal recognition is required. Acknowledge effort. Mark milestones. Internalize growth. This cements identity, improves concentration, preserves momentum. Step 16. Use momentum to dominate all new fields. Once the strength has been established in a particular sector, it translates in other areas. Influence. Creativity. Momentum can be transferred. Use it. Apply it. Elaborate on. Step 17. Be patient with compounding. For Filippo, outstanding achievements require patience. Large-scale success cannot be hurried. Momentum prevents a lack of effort. Patience multiplies results. It always delivers. Invisible does mean impossible. Momentum tends to be hidden from view. Most of the days, the progress seems to be, however, the power of repetition grows in the more a thing momentum gathers force beneath the surface. You have a choice. Expect immediate results. Nor trust the process, nor witness strength build unstoppable. Step 19. Embrace responsibility for outcomes. Momentum favors accountability. It punishes excuses. All results are your creation. Every setback is your lesson. Every victory is your proof. Step 20. Live a life of unstoppable momentum. This is no passing phase. This is your lifestyle, your standard, your identity. And every act builds upon the every decision hastens. To become twice as strong, you need to develop your movements have meaning. Series navigation. You act without the slightest hesitation. You reign over me. You have built a machine, a force of habit, focus, and discipline. A life that moves faster than chaos. A momentum which sweeps you away from the doubts, fears, and limitations. Win quietly. Be loud. Lock it in. Make it your own. Own it. Momentum becomes your new normal. The future is unstoppable because you are unstoppable. This is the life of never-ending action. The life of mastery. The life of unstoppable momentum. You've built it. You've earned it. You've become it. Now your turn. Execute. Dominate. Compete only with yourself. And let us not forget, momentum continues unending. It never ceases to hesitate. It never requires permission. Its trajectory is always moving forward. You move with it, or you fall behind. You have a choice. Momentum, therefore, or drift forever. Congratulations. You have completed the journey. Your control is unshakable. Your focus is unstoppable. Your momentum is inevitable. This is not the end. It's the life you were meant to live. The lesson is simple, but not easy. Stop watching others. Stop reacting to noise. Stop explaining your vision. Focus on yourself. Every day. Even when it's boring. Especially when it's uncomfortable. Discipline will outlast motivation. Silence will protect your progress. And consistency will do what talent never could. You don't need to be seen. You don't need to be praised. You don't need permission. You need focus. Starting today, your challenge is this. Cut the noise, commit to the work, and focus on yourself until winning is no longer a goal, but a result. Stay focused. Stay silent. And don't stop until you win.